Aloha ho! It is Tuesday, April 26, 2022. We're still in day 8. It's the 8th sunset of the voyage. This is the sunset update of our navigational report. We have continued traveling west of our intended course line for this portion of the voyage. We were shifting from Naleo Malanai to Haka Malanai as our intended reference course, or our intended heading to maintain our reference course. But the winds continue to be fairly southeast, more coming from an Aina, Noyo, Malanai direction. So it means we are really not able to point much higher than Hema at the very highest, and have been consistently maintaining something closer to Haka and Naleo Kona, which is in the southwestern quadrant. Not exactly what you hope to see because we talked a lot about the need to get easting. It's why we went to Hilo. It's why we start off the voyage on such an extreme heading at 45 degrees around Manu Malanai. You're constantly getting this easting that you will lose to the southeast trades that we will be entering and that we're in right now, I would say. But we still continue to make good progress sailing along this course. Decided to keep moving, hoping that we can get back some of that easting that we've been losing down the road. We've been talking a little bit in the last couple updates about the way that the doldrums, the intertropical convergence zone, and all the convection there has a way of bending the winds that would normally come more from an easterly direction into a southeasterly direction. So the hope is that the further away we get from this region, that the winds will kind of mellow out and go back to their sort of normal easterly flow, and that we'll be able to climb at a higher point of sail more towards our intended heading, which will still be Haka Malanai all the way in until our intended landfall. So our estimated position right now, I think we've traveled around 1,180 miles, that we're probably somewhere, let's say 100 to 120 miles west of the intended reference course, and that we are between, I would say, 2 and 3 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and check that tonight. Hopefully, like last night, the skies will be really clear. We are anticipating crossing the equator within the next day. I wanna kind of estimate the timing for that. There was a Manuoku sighting today that I did not see, but we certainly have seen Manuoku very far from their expected ranges, which is an interesting sign. I'll let you guys figure out where that bird may be coming from. Normally we don't expect Manuoku until we're very near landfall of the Tuamotu archipelago. Otherwise, yeah, just a nice day of sailing, clear skies, little cloud cover throughout the day, probably not more than 35 to 40%. That's where we are. Keep following us at Hōkūle'a.com.